Hello, Red Bricks to y'all. This is Black Mirror Walker, Chief Joseph Domain. Gonna make a little video on Chief Joseph channel to try to get our sub count up, and to tell those people who are subbing, please go to my Red Bricks channel as well and like, share, and subscribe. We're just, as a meltologist, we're going to delve into the old books, if you will, the Bible, Psalm 46, and help this to be a tool to try to find timelines. So, in Psalm 46, it said, "The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved, he uttered his voice, the earth melted." Okay? Well, Psalm 46 is believed to have been written around the 7th century BC, during the time of the kings of Judah, likely around the reign of King Hezekiah. However, the precise dating of many psalms, including Psalm 46, remains uncertain. The historical events or context that might have inspired this particular psalm aren't explicitly mentioned within the text. So it's challenging to determine a specific timeline beyond the general period when it might have been composed, okay? So prepare to embark on an extraordinary journey through the realms of a volcanic might and the intriguing science of meltology as we explore renowned volcanic entities like majestic Mount Etna in Italy, like you're looking at Mount Etna here, and the fiery Mount Merapi in Indonesia will unravel not just evidence, will unveil compelling insights suggesting that these volcanoes were once sites of ancient civilizations, where they were structures and settlements, and they existed here, folks. By merging the captivating narrative of their eruptions with the empirical traces of human existence, Red Bricks will uncover a remarkable connection between the forces of nature and the lost civilizations that once thrived upon this fiery landscape. Ah, behold, in the realm of molten power, where fiery rivers flow, a wondrous tower. These volcanoes, my friends, hear me right, are ancient structures of captivating sight. I, a meltologist, see beyond the fire, unveiling secrets that fuel my desire. These mountains, once buildings standing tall, in the fiery embrace they now enthrall. Ash and lava, elements so grand, shape and shift as worlds expand. Melted buildings, their story grace. Volcanoes are remnants of a forgotten place. Nature's symphony in eruption's call reveal the tales of structures once tall. A melting of fire and human hands. Volcanoes, melted buildings across the lands. Taupao volcano in New Zealand. In the 7th century, there were several volcanoes around the world that might have been active or erupted during that time. So, of when that scripture was written, isn't that ironic? So, several volcanoes around that time might have been active, erupted during that time. However, historical records regarding specific eruptions and their exact dates, but they can give us millions and billions of years ago, but they can't give us something that didn't happen so long ago. In this period are often incomplete. Some volcanoes that were known for eruptions in or around the 7th century include Taupo volcano, New Zealand. The Taupo volcano is known for major eruptions throughout its history. Through specific eruptions in the 7th century may not be definitively recorded. Taupo is recognized for its cataclysmic eruptions at different periods. Hekla volcano in Iceland is one of Iceland's most active volcanoes. While it's been active numerous times in history, exact dates of eruptions in the 7th century might not accurately be documented. Then there's Mount Merapi, Indonesia, Mount Etna we just spoke out, Mount Asama in Japan. These volcanoes that I speak about, among others, have histories of eruptions, but due to limitations in historical records, specific dates and details of eruptions in the 7th century might not be definitively documented. Okay, well, I reiterated myself. I said that twice in the narrative I just given you, and that's exactly the fact. Here we are looking at melted buildings, and we have nothing but empirical evidence over and over to show you. If you go into surrounding areas, even inside the sides of these, what we call mountains, you will clearly find red bricks and parts of infrastructures left over. Don't matter. It can be determined. See, through meltology. And it's all the same. And so we see some old books line up with some cataclysmic thing in these buildings. Perhaps they were part of the heating system, the energy process system at different spots in this realm, that were all more connected, and we see it was blew apart everywhere. And see, so it's those things start lining up, and it's been hidden from us, like you see a capital there. This is a surviving pocket of this realm being blown up. Okay, we go and fix these areas up. They're energy buildings, folks. So to have bigger buildings that still have molten stuff underneath. Look, they said for months after, like 6 months after the towers went down, there was still molten stuff. So that ain't half the size of these buildings are. So how long is that molten stuff under, running its snake of molten stuff that happened not so long ago? And then man goes in there, reignites it, and opens holes and messes around inside these melted buildings. Just like, our water canals and streams and these waterfalls are all, for the most part, remnant pockets or survival of the water infrastructure of these huge, large buildings that were everywhere. We call them mountains. So there's some truth for you, So they're going to give you one story after another about eons of time, and we're going to tell you it happened not so long ago. And just by what we were talking about earlier, around the 7th century, most meltologists and people in the truther field here will agree that a 1,000-year timeline's been added to us. So if this was happening in the 7th century, so you take that off, so it gives you more understand that we're at ground zero when the melt and things occurred. So, see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. See, that it doesn't give us anything definitive of when this occurred. And these geologists, they'll give you all kinds of dates with radioactive carbon dating and all this dating stuff, and that's nonsense. And you'll see all through here, just like you see here, these hillsides were part of melted buildings as well, folks. And we build our infrastructures upon our melted realm everywhere. All the capitals in America are inherited red brick ones, folks. Do the math. Who was the red brick architect producing so many? He was the brick billionaire of the world. The brick billionaire of the world. Because the brick story don't add up, but meltology does add up. And we see in this timeline what we just read about the heathen raged, God uttered his voice and melted this world. We see these things did occur, and it was written in books. So, did man write this in the book after the melt happened, knowing that that's what occurred prior to it? Well, there's books of the Enoch talks about it was written prior to it as well. Before the melt occurred, and so forth. And when God allegedly walked with Enoch So, if you believe in the word, that's what it says. So, that's from books we go by, but Meltology will show you that that timeline was what we're looking for. So, 7th century, that's why 1,000 years was added. So, a couple hundred years ago, we start pinpointing it. I don't know, but I'm curious to see what Spartan Red and Dean, they said they're going to give us a timeline 2 videos ago, and I keep peeping in to see this timeline they're going to give me. I can't determine the timeline still. I search and research all kinds of different things where I think I start pinpointing it, and I really don't know, but those are melted buildings, and the more people can start wrapping their head around that, it'll be more clear and why this has all been hidden from us. Arc, energy, power, the past. See? Power, energy. And new things are created through that hot mess. When this realm was melted. See what red bricks turned into? Big old popcorn rocks and all kinds of things. Brick ash and heat. So, we could look at Mount Etna here, and it gives us a prime example of a building that underwent something not so long ago, that there's still remnant pockets of that melt that occurred, that was fervent, that affected every corner of this realm, everywhere. Somehow, sinkage, meltage, left its signature. Electricity follows the least resistant path, and you will find the dendrite lines all throughout this realm, of which we call Earth. So, I gotta go help put some decorations on right now and smoke me a decoration before I go decorate. So, red bricks to y'all. This has just been a quick one on the Black Mirror walk. This is Black Mirror Walker on Chief Joseph Domain. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. We out of here. Meltology. Black Mirror Walker. Also, Red Big Bob. Meltology. Black Mirror Walker. Have a beautiful day. You're on the red brick road, folks. This is Black Mirror Walker. We just took a ride looking at old books of Psalm in correlation with 7th century melts of volcanic activity, they tell us, and there's 1,000 years missing. See, so my hope is Dean and Spartan Red are going to come up with this timeline they were going to speak about a couple weeks ago. So I ain't still heard nothing about no timeline. So, to all you meltologists out there, stay on the red brick train. Yeah, it's good for the brain, good for the soul, and it's nice to unravel this mystery that stands before us, this red brick road. We are already diffusing history, geology, archaeology, meltology will be superior science amongst all science once everyone wraps their minds around meltology. That's it for certain. So we're just going to let this roll for a little while and just see where we go here in Wales. And it's all the same. And I have some Welsh ancestry line. So we're cruising and seeing if any melt heads are out there. Got anything to add in regard to any old books to help us reveal the timeline in regard to when this bird that melted the realm, and we've been given misgivings about this realm that we live on and what was here and the technologies that were here and the sheer beauty and architectural design of the past in our face with a narrative lie. What a disgrace. So my hope is more people come on board Chief Joseph channel and Native Americans. And that's an insult to all you Navajo, Cherokee, all you different ethnicity of Indian. And that's even a terrible word to use, Indian, if you really start thinking about shit. But that ain't my point. My point is that many misgivings in Indian history is nonsense. It was given to just to repeat nonsensically, because if they knew too as well, they would be talking about these were melted buildings, because it's evident nobody was carving stuff in them and this and that and all this crap. No, we mine melted buildings today, everywhere. And they'll tell you about tectonic plates and all this other stuff. And meltology will tell you it's buildings. It was all together once. And something electrified, melted this place at a level that was so much further heat that it touched everything in this realm with its vibration, its frequency. It sunk and melted, and it shattered the veil and flooded this realm. And here we are, the survivors of the survivors, with misgivings of stories about our past. And that's what we do as meltologists, get on this red brick road, whether it be the old train tracks of the past or the new frontier through meltology. With your ears, our eyes, and the pictures. The pictures tell the story everywhere. These channels, from Spartan Red and Dean to Jabra the Red Brick Chick in Australia, all over this realm. In Minnesota, Young Pants on the Ground channel melting and showing you this melted ground, and making geologists resign, if you will, with the empirical evidence at hand. Cats like Mark, Phil, melted reality, melted inverted realm, all these channels will want to tell you that all the mountains are melted buildings. We live upon a melted infrastructure. And we need to get this word out because it changes the narrative of history and everything, folks. So, what do you believe in? Well, come to become a melted building believer, and you will see clearer than you've ever seen in your life. And you'll do it on your own pace as you look around. But now that you've been told, now you'll know what to look for. You look for the altercations from brick turning into different things like stone and so forth, melting, going through the red brick buildings in your town, your local areas. You'll see they underwent that too, because we call those pockets of survival, just like your cities in America. They were already here when this land was founded. Chicago was already laid out. San Francisco was laid out. Indiana was laid out. Detroit was laid out. It was already laid out, gridded out, no matter where you went, folks. All old world. This is the old world. There's no new world. That's a made-up story by historians. And that is not our story, and we are trying to get to the bottom of the story through the red brick road. So, don't look like we had anybody join us tonight. I know this channel doesn't have many subscribers, but it gave me something to do for a minute on Chief Joseph channel, because I haven't did anything, and I urge more people who have a strong belief that they were in this land from the beginning, in this particular chunk of land which we call the United States. And see, I believe we're all scattered and displaced from this place that we roam, what we call home. So where you roam is your home. So all roads lead to Rome, your home. So wherever you are, love your neighbor like you love yourself, and look around, wake people up. Just all you see is division and chaos and no order. And that's what they want. So get it right in your life, in your family, with your loved ones, and set them straight with the truth. You know, they offer you public schools. Well, go beyond that and teach your kids the truth about meltology and this melted realm. Become a historian of truth. Get on the Red Brick Road with Chief Joseph channel, Red Brick channel, and all these other channels I mentioned in meltology. That's my only hope, is that we get this out. Peace. I'm out of here for real. Red bricks to you. Meltology. Black Mirror Walker. On the train of truth. Looking for the meltologist. Alright, Dean. Thanks for stopping by and making the scene. We're just making some noise, brother, with my broke computer. You know how it is. If anybody does, you do, brother. Yo. So we had Dean the Machine stop by. That was good that he stopped by. Red Brick Soul. So him and Laughing Eagle always tearing it up. Twice a week, man. Keeping it live and real. And that's good. So there's more people out trying to tell the Red Brick story. So that's what we use them old books for, to try to find a timeline in regard and make some heads or tails of what we've been handed, you know what I mean? So there it is, and we're going to say, see you and good night. Good night, folks. Red Bricks to you. From Black Mirror Walker, Chief Joseph Domain. Also,